couple of weeks ago, I asked on social media, why do you main your job in Final Fantasy XIV? What keeps you coming back to that job? What do you like about it? The first part was my previous video about the tanks and healers. Today, I am proud to
I'll watch that too. We'll watch it tomorrow.
present the DPS edition. So let's hop to it. Black Mage. It should come as no surprise that Black Mages just want to watch the world burn. It often wasn't enough for them to tell me that they love explosions, though it's fair to say they do. Black Mages sent me way more gifts and videos than any other job, like by a lot. Maybe they have a flair for the dramatic, but who doesn't love blowing stuff up?
Like, I actually only started paying attention to them when I bumped up my party members' effects. They do look dope.
Feeling like a classic wizard. Black Mage has a simple rotation that makes it good for a starter DPS, but at higher levels there can be a lot of nuance to getting your positioning right. That's because your goal as a Black Mage is to move as little as possible, staying within your circle of ley lines while still dodging enemy attacks. This can lead you to being creative in ways that only a Black Mage can be.
I'm oddly curious about this. I actually can't wait to try.
Black Mage is bullshit mage. Choosing the right spot to stand in and move as little as possible is a game in and of itself. Nailing boss mechanics while not disrupting your rotation's flow is what makes this job fulfilling. Simple yet effective, rewarding when you master it. Once I've learned the best time to use ley lines, etc., I feel like a tactical anime protagonist.
Well, you kind of have to know at least the basics of the boss mechanics to be even somewhat good at it, right? Because if you're going into the content as a Black Mage for the first time, you're never really gonna know when to use them, right?
And as frustrating as having to move is at times, once you've learned the fights, Black Mage is very comfy and relaxing. It feels great to keep your uptime going. Nothing quite like it. So I guess what you're saying is Black Mage has no match. Red Mages. Because of you, I read so many tweets like this. Verdict. Red Mage, my favorite version of a caster. Ver has the versatility of being able to Ver heal, revive, and Ver attack up close. Ver cause it's very stylish. Ver very.
Because it's very stylish. It's kind of a brain dead to play, and I'm very dumb. Oh god. This is how I felt when I started Red Mage.
Ver very. You don't have to add another. And it's very kind of ver brain dead to ver play, and I'm ver dumb. I'm gonna need some vermouth after reading all this. Apart from irreversibly converting your verbiage, other credible reasons to play include Alice, the best scion, stabbing, backflips, being a wizard and a pirate, moments when your mana is perfectly balanced. As
This is like the most satisfying thing about Red Mage. When you know you did your job right, when you've been like paying attention that whole time, and where they're just aligned. Okay, I'm completely disregarding the fact that it's a 69 right now, like the lot, and I shouldn't because, well, but that line aligning is, it just feels so good.
Would be nice. The Spellblade support aesthetic. That'll make you feel like Zoro. Though I like to pretend the Z is for Zepla. With your heal and resurrection spells, you can save a party from wiping. I experience god
Yeah, zeplahq your password.
powers when I raise the whole team and save the run. Ver-raise and clutch Ver-cures are more satisfying than big numbers. It's an easy job to play. Red Mage doesn't give me anxiety. It's simple and fun, and I can keep the group alive. One player mentioned how much they like dual cast, which is a Red Mage mechanic that makes every other spell instant cast. A high damage chain you have to build toward, and a res ability, so I can help in more ways than just damage. That player, Aerith's voice actress. I can't believe Aerith's voice actress talked to me on Twitter. Oh my god, I fangirled pretty hard in my response. Come to think of it, she did wear a lot of red. Just don't go calling yourself Verith. Summoner, while a bit of a mess as you level, eventually becomes a high utility, high mobility death machine made of lasers, dragons, and mythical birds. You and all your pets might start to feel like a little family. If I don't play Summoner, who's gonna feed my carbuncles? What do you feed them anyway? Probably lots of carbs. You can feel like a Pokemon trainer, only if Pikachu wanted to burn the whole world down. Basically,
He kind of wants to.
everyone else will be Ashe. With Bahamut, I'm literally controlling a god. Between Bahamut and Phoenix, we have not one, but two extra large peepees with us. Huge PP energy from the top of the damage meter. Darkness. By the way, Summoner is 2 jobs for the price of 1. You'll also level Scholar automatically. Summoner is notorious for its 2-minute rotation with strict 30-second phases.
That's no longer true, is it?
It's a never-ending piano concerto. It's got strong dots and solid AoE, plus cool armors that often include horny headpieces. Larry Zor said he plays Summoner because he super glued the dong to his head and it won't come off. I was like, but what if you want to go bio? And he said, it's always number 3. It weaves like a melee while being a caster. One former Red Mage main said that they switched to Summoner for all the weaving and planning that, quote, makes it more engaging than Red Mage. Like Red Mages, Summoners can also res. I've interpreted Summoner as a shaman from playing Final Fantasy games. They're attuned to the world and are able to call the elements of nature to their side. Using major...
To me, coming from... oh my god. To me, coming from WoW, like, this is pretty much what it felt like.
Moves like Aquaborn and Revelation, I feel like Rydia or Yuna. I can do what I do best, ruining everything. You know, I had to include that joke. Bard. Winarian, my Mikote bard, travels the lands in search of inspiration for his songs. Well, all the ladies seem to like his music. As a bard, you can be the Yasker every party needs.
I
love him so much.
Cough. I'm so glad that I could just bring you all together like this. Unbelievable.
Corny and goes doot doot, and I can play Careless Whisper whenever I want. At level 30, you'll get the Perform action, which lets you play instruments like this. Hey, that means even when your rolls are bad, you'll always have the loot. Bard is the job with a bow, and that alone draws people to it. I can have a bow as a weapon and don't need to be a Hanzo main to do so. Many bards said the rotation flows like music. Like each 30 seconds is a set of 4 measures. The song durations at 30, 30, 20 are like odd time signatures, keeping the tension with the charge bar and then hit him with a nice solo with Apex Arrow. Switching songs is like changing between chord progressions. You build to a crescendo with Apex, and you buff and uplift others as music does in real life. And if you make a mistake in a raid, however minor, you could fall flat. The challenge of Bard is keeping up dots in songs while playing OGCD Whack-A-Mole. You can attack on the move and from range with your wide view of the raid, helping you see AoEs and stay out of trouble. Minimal stress, and you get fancy hats. You know, Bards do have a reputation for looking sharp. Next up, Machinist. Maybe people main Machinist because they want to stick to their guns. Anyways. Machinist was totally
oh, she knows how to make dead jokes too.
Fooled in Shadowbringers. Making it cooler and better than ever before.
What is wrong with me?
But I got comparatively less Machinist responses, which makes me think people just don't know about the abilities, the new stuff. I have a gun. I have a robot gun. Pineapple Pen guy is more intense than I remember. I do the pew pew with my gun, and then I summon a robot. My robot queen is always ready to kick some ass. My class is a simp. Queen's actually my favorite part of Machinist. So you're saying you couldn't resist her? A love of machines is a big reason lots of people play Machinist. Some are in IT, or have a general fascination with all machines and equipment, or just in a technology steampunk aesthetic. As for the rotation, there's no dots. I don't have great ping, but the hypercharge wildfire window is fun. Before you pull the trigger on Machinist, you should know you need to have good ping. It's important for performing well on this job. You'll have full freedom of movement, like other range supports. The Machinist rotation is really straightforward. I like knowing exactly when things are going to proc and why. Another thing they said...
Shouldn't you know that about, like, all your jobs?
They enjoyed was having a flamethrower. And if that doesn't light a fire under your ass to start Machinist, I don't know what will. Machinist mains also told me they know the drill. Drill animation makes me happy. My drill went right up to Titan's anus for an entire tier in the opener, and it never got tiring. Sounds like Titan was pretty screwed. Hey, if you can't...
I knew it was coming, but I was like, Zepla, no!
That's flamethrower right before a drill. Would that make it a fire drill? Next up, Dancer. My current main. I was swayed into trying Dancer for one reason. Chakrams. Xena, Warrior Princess, chakrams. Though I sometimes feel more like this.
Look what the round thing does.
Oh god.
A chakram's a weapon.
I'm starting to wonder about Zepla's like movie and TV show taste. Like I almost every video of hers that I watched, like there's these like very old references for like these very old things that everyone's forgotten about.
You don't just kick ass while being pretty. You kick ass by being pretty. I'm sexy with sexy buffs. I dance and I kill. I like hitting nearly 170k damage after shaking my booty for a couple seconds. You gotta shake your ass to buff the party. That's why our job icon looks like that. As a dancer, your technical step will buff the whole party's damage by up to 5%, while the person you chose as dance partner gets extra buffs from standard step and devilment. Who wouldn't want to be the popular girl? Everyone wants to be your dance partner. Or partner, as the case may be. And like our buff bottoms, our rotation is so smooth. Dancer feels so flowy and free. You can zoom around with dash, aka an avant. I'm a dancing popotome. I can noom around. Hey, as a Lala, when you use an avant, does that make you it?
Dude, we're all old. It's fine. I also know these references. How do you think that makes me feel?
A dash brown? It's fun going from 0 to all the procs, getting full fans and esprit and burning through them under our buffs. It's easy to learn and the RNG makes it engaging. You gotta think ahead of what to use when, so you don't drift your buffs. Becoming a blender when AoEing mobs. I think I have some AoE footage.
Will it blend?
One more thing. Healers talk a lot about Blood Lily, but let me introduce you to Blood Lotus.
Beautiful, isn't it?
That looks pretty dangerous. You better watch your step. Dragoon. Cool spiky armor? Yes. Do I fly into battles creating massive explosions and stuff? Oh yes. Do I have the heart of a freaking dragon? I was floored by the number of answers I got from Dragoon. One thing they seem to have common ground on is knowing that they look badass. Like Kane Highwind or Aranea. On top of amazing gear, there's cool looking abilities that let you bounce around like a caffeinated Yorkie. Bounce, 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 no wait, stop it, I'm off the edge. Soar through the sky, chilling with dragons. Shoot up into space, and then crashing down with such a force that you slam into the enemy at Mach 2. And occasionally the ground, but mostly the enemy. You feel the impact of Stardiver, using your body as a tactical missile. So yeah, Dragoons have a bit of a reputation for, risky behavior. Just saying, hold my spear. It's fun to jump off the map and die to the lava below. 10 out of 10 would backflip into a death wall again. I got a lot of floor tank memes, but I don't want to beat that joke into the ground. I mean, that's a Dragoon's job. Some enjoy the risk factor of balancing jumps with fight mechanics due to the danger of jumps locking you into the animation, so you need to have good timing when jumping out of the bat. Dragoon hits that sweet spot where it's not too complicated and not too easy. It feels lightning fast and has high damage.
Is that on purpose? Like, is that the design effect of like how Dragoon is actually supposed to feel, or is it just something that can't be fixed?
I like playing Dragoon so I can be great at it and show people that not all Dragoons are shitty AoE hugging lunatics. Hashtag not all Dragoons. Well, maybe the LOL Dragoons just aren't practicing enough because they don't have any spear time. Monk. What's better than beating a dude to death with your fists? The simple aesthetic of going around and beating the life out of something with your bare hands. It fills my urge to punch people IRL. Are the monks okay? Some of y'all did say it's the bad guys you want to punch, not good people. Good to know. I heard the calling of the fist, so I began fisting everything with monk. TMI. I kind of got the sense that there's 3 types of monk. Those with a reverence for martial arts, like I'm a kung fu practitioner. Tifa stands, and people who just want punch things. Trying to hit positionals is a fun minigame that I just don't get from spellcasters. Positionals are actions that do more damage from the side or the rear. It makes me think on my feet. Chaining attacks in a rhythmic way while constantly moving to hit positionals is as exciting as any action.
It's okay, we're all old. Like, you should, I don't know, you should look up Final Fantasy's demographics, and you'll see that it's an old people town, and we're all in it. It's okay.
Thanks to greased lightning stacks building up to give you a dummy low GCD, Monk is one of the fastest attacking jobs in the game. I should mention that several monks pointed out that it's in a real jank spot at the moment due to the whole Anatman thing, which freezes your timers and builds up speed, but you gotta sit still, like you cannot move at all for up to 30 seconds for it to work, usually in the opener. That's kind of frustrating for a lot of these speed demon monk mains. One monk who loves the job's party buff Brotherhood told me they like to use it and say, "Come together, my brothers," which reminded me of the great fist fighters of ages past.
Brother, they'll be trying to drink their own sweat to survive, brother.
Overall, people love Monk for giving you more to do than just stand still and press buttons. So don't knock it till you try it. You might get a kick out of it and end up liking it a punch. Ninja. I chose Ninja as my main because I like Naruto. Also, I'm a weeb. I can feel like a Naruto character. I'm a weeb. I'm a massive weeb. I will be Hokage someday. Before you laugh, I mean, the Naruto running is more aerodynamic. Ninjas have passively faster movement speed, as well as flippy jumps, reduced fall damage, and a self-yeet Shikuchi, which is a smoke bomb teleport. You can use it to get past crowds and say, "Excuse-moi." I simply adore the Mudra system because it's like a little puzzle game each time I use it. Oddly enough, Mudras scared me away from Ninja at first, but now I can't get enough of it. Mudras are these 3 little buttons that trigger a different ninjutsu attack depending on the order that you use them in. If you screw it up, you'll get a bunny of shame. Well, that's what I call a bad hair day.
Wait, is that for real?
A lot of these ninjutsus can be cast at range, which is why some call it a safe melee. It gives you decision-making options, like maybe holding on to mudras for avoiding mechanics. I tried Dancer, but settled with Ninja because of the high difficulty ceiling. It makes me feel big-brained and savage. But can a ninja debuff the boss and help the party?
Why? Why does that exist at all? What the hell?
Sure you can. You can deal a huge amount of damage during the trick attack window, which increases the target's damage taken by 5%. And everyone likes that. Ninjas are the definition of extra with their custom flippy jumps, summoning Clifford the Big Red Frog, and sneaking around with...
Like, that's gonna give me so much anxiety when I start leveling. What the hell?
Hide. So maybe you should take a stab at it and see if it holds your attention. Next up, Samurai. Oh, you thought ninjas were weeb? One of the samurai sent me this. "Don't look at her. She's not worth your time. Look into my eyes. Breasts are nothing, but might controls everything." Can't even read it. Yoshi P gives me a katana. Me. It's time for them real weeb hours, boys. Getting to wield the power of folded steel in anime is a powerful feeling. We know, Xenos. I'm a big weeb. I'm a massive weeb.
Not anymore.
A lot of weebs said that it has that big crit energy, the big numbers that make the dopamine. Double crit, Midare Setsugeka. Midare. Dancers love us. Yeah, Samurai is actually usually a very good dance partner choice. And we draw the moon with sword magic, which looks like a powerful maneuver. No other DPS has kept my interest. I always feel energized playing Samurai and constantly finding ways to improve. It's simplistically high skill ceiling. It doesn't come off as super hard, but to be good at it, you are actually required to use your brain for the job. There's a certain elegance within it, and it's very deliberate in how you have to think ahead in the fight to perform your best. It's fun and rewarding to play. Studying the blade paid off finally. I just realized as a dancer, I'm the one with the audacity to come to you for help. One person said they just wanted to be Samurai Pizza Cat, which I had to Google.
Samurai Pizza Cat. Oh yeah! Who do you call when you want some pepperoni?
Don't you mean pepperonin? Really dropped the ball. A lot of people love Samurai
I don't know that cartoon. Is there anyone in chat who does?
stories or Shoha an interest in the Ronin fantasy or katanas in general. Samurai. I like it because samurai, and I stick with it because samurai. Only other samurai can understand. One funny reason would be that it comes with a saya, scabbard, so you don't have a floating blob of a weapon. It's like Dark Knight and all classes are just flopping there around with not a care in the world. Cover up your blades, people. Whew, I didn't think Frey could get more sexy. I was wrong. I hope you liked this video. Maybe it was helpful to you in learning a
That
bit
was
more
fun.
about the different DPS jobs in Final Fantasy XIV. If you did find this video helpful or fun, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon or on Twitch. You can also support the channel for free by clicking the subscribe button or by sharing this video with your fellow warriors of darkness. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
That was a good one. Like, I love how people can just create these most imaginative videos based on like a single topic. It's like jobs. Like I've been watching so many of them lately, and they're all just creative and awesome in their own ways.